Hi everyone, in this video I wanted to show my gear for being a ridge runner on the Appalachian Trail. That was me flicking a flyaway. I've been a ridge runner on the Appalachian Trail for, this is my third season, and currently right now I'm in Maryland, but I have worked in Shenandoah National Park, Northern Virginia, and now Maryland. So I just figured people might be interested to see what I carry in my pack. Most of it is just normal backpacking gear, but there are some special things that I carry as a ridge runner person, someone working on the trail. I guess if you're not familiar with what a ridge runner is, I'm out on the Appalachian Trail for about 5 days at a time, and I'm out there to help hikers. And I also pick up trash and do trail maintenance and take care of the privies. I do have another video about a day in the life of a ridge runner from last year when I was working in Shenandoah. So I just wanted to do this real quick, so I'm just gonna go over real quick. So hiking poles. I carried this little fanny pack with clippers. So this is what I use to trim the brambles and vines that overgrow on the trail. That makes it really quick and easy to just clip as I hike. I also have a little Ziploc bag here that I pick up trash with, and I actually use my clippers to pick up pieces of trash like toilet paper, things that are gross that I don't want to touch with my hands, and I'll just put them in the Ziploc bag as I go. For why I have hand sanitizer for when I have to touch some unsavory things. So I think that's about it for that. Oh, I do carry this handsaw. So if I come across a blowdown, I am able, if it's small enough, I can cut it, saw it, and remove it off trail. So usually if it's, 3 inches or less, I can cut that. Anything bigger, usually like 4 inches, 5 inches, will just take too long for me to do that, too much energy expended to try to do that. Whereas I'll put it in my report, and then folks that volunteer can come out with a chainsaw and finish it really quick. So, and then I guess it depends, like sometimes I'm able to just like pick up a log and move it if it's not too big. So it just depends on the blowdown. But that's one of the things I carry. I also, in Maryland, carry a radio. So I check in with the state parks every night so they know where I am. I also carried a radio when I was in Shenandoah National Park. That's something the national park gives me to check in the morning and at night. Otherwise, I just have normal backpacking gear, my tent poles, water. I usually just carry about a liter and a half because there's so much water along the way. And then this is my water filter. It's a Sawyer squeeze. And then the other bag to filter the water with. Rain jacket, puffy because it's cold now. This is my big Agnes tent. It's a copper SPUR 2-person tent. I've had that I've been using it since 2018, I know for sure. Same with my sleeping pad. It's a THERMAREST NEOAIR, I believe. I've had that for many, many years. This is my clothes bag. It just has my sleep clothes. Right now I just have a long sleeve and some leggings because it's been getting down into the 40s at night. This is my food bag. I can hang that on the bear poles at the shelters, and it also has I have an op sack inside. So this is an odor-proof bag. Unlike Ziploc bags, which are not odor-proof, op sacks are odor-proof. Depending on where I am, I would also carry a bear canister. Then I've got my sleeping bag, which is super old from my 2011 AT through hike. I don't want to take everything out. I've got my rain fly for my tent and my footprint in this part. Other than that, I've got a battery bank that's important to have, so my cell phone's always charged. It's a Goal Zero battery bank. And then I've got my journal and my maps. This is a nice waterproof, I believe it's waterproof map of the Maryland section of the Appalachian Trail that the PATC puts out. And then I got my journal, which I don't ever really write in because I also carry a garbage bag, and that's just to use as like a liner inside my pack when it's rainy. I have the pack cover as well, but you know, it doesn't always do the best of a job. Got a little pack towel, toiletries, so just basic toothbrush, toothpaste, face wipes, earplugs, a Swiss Army knife, lighter. Got my Sea to Summit blow up pillow. Got my Black Diamond headlamp. And then I've got a Sea to Summit sleeping bag liner. I just find that right now my bag is not my colder weather bag, and so nights when it's getting into the 40s, I'm pretty chilly, so this just gives me another layer of warmth. And then this is my first aid kit as a ridge runner. It's more first aid than I'd say most thru hikers would carry, just because I try to be prepared for anything that happens. So I've got more like gauze and medicines and tape, anything, you know, if I come across somebody that's injured, I'm trained in, you know, CPR and first aid. So, and then normally in wilderness first aid, which is a little bit more than just the typical first aid. So, yeah, so luckily I have not come across somebody that is injured and that needs help. So, well, I guess lastly, this is just my OSPREY pack. It's not actually my pack, it's my mom's pack that I've just been using because I haven't bought another one. I carry some plastic bags, and that's in case I find some really big pieces of trash that are too big to go into the Ziploc bags. And then I also carry some gloves when I have to dismantle fire rings that are not allowed. So basically in Maryland, you're not allowed to have any campfires if you're not at a shelter or designated campsite. So if I see any other fire rings, I'll dismantle it, and so that can kind of be a dirty job, so I just have gloves for that. Or if I'm like sawing something, moving logs around, or picking up maybe bigger items of trash, I might wear these gloves. I think that's everything. So just typical backpacking gear, plus like the clippers, the handsaw, more first aid, and a radio. I think that's probably and maps. I think that's probably the biggest difference between a thru hiker and me. And then usually, like, you know, I might be carrying gear or trash that people have left at shelters. You know, we say pack it in, pack it out, but you've got people that leave trash in the fire pits that they try to burn, or just leave random things at shelters. So it just depends. I never know what I'm going to come across. You know, I pick up toilet paper along the trail, and people try to burn things in the fire pits. Like I said, they'll leave beer cans, and not necessarily like the thru hikers, but just like people out for the weekend or something. So I think that's about it. So if you have any questions, I don't know how much this weighs. That's not my thing. I don't really weigh my stuff, so that's not really that important to me. And most of my gear is fairly old, but you use what you got. So I think that's about it. Thanks for watching.